Well, hello, everyone. My name is Christine Whelan, and I am one of the purpose experts in the fantastic Thrive and Accenture community that we're chatting with this month. And I guess we're about 2 weeks in. And so what we decided to do was, rather than be two separate experts, we wanted to come together and have a chat so that you could get to know us both personally. So I'll turn it over to my co-purpose expert.
Hi, everybody. This is Yomi Abiola, and I am your other purpose expert. I'm calling you from Stockholm, Sweden. And Christine,
I'm in Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison, Wisconsin.
We're
And yes, and you have a lot of snow coming. We have a lot of snow as well.
Yes, it is that time of year, but yeah, and we had quite an adventure getting here. Forget all the snow, but we had quite a technological adventure getting here. And as Yomi and I were talking about, one of the things that we think when we think about purpose is that purpose is some big thing that that I don't know, you'll get to later, you'll get to some other day, right? But having our everyday actions imbued with this sense of purpose can really help us get through the obstacles and the struggles that come along. So all we thought we would do is share a screen and have a chat. And then what happened, Yomi? What?
Well, what happened was we had to run off and go and watch a few YouTube tutorials. We needed to do a lot of extra studying just to get to this place where we could fulfill the purpose of being able to actually communicate with you more and give you more tools and more insight around purpose. So we did actually get to use some things that we've already been talking about on the group that helped us overcome those obstacles. So Christine, I want to thank you for being an exceptional accountability partner, because you could have easily just said, this is too difficult and let's try doing something else. And now we have the opportunity to celebrate, which brings me to my next question. Christine, what are some of your most favorite celebration actions that you do in your life?
So on the path to purpose, I believe that incremental celebrations are really important. So rather than waiting till like the big thing happens, the big accomplishment, thinking about it in terms of small steps toward your larger purpose, the goals along the way is important. And celebrating when you accomplish any one of the little ones. So for example, when I finish a book chapter of a book I'm writing, or when the semester is over, I try to go out for a nice dinner and celebrate a job well done. Because if we don't, life just becomes so much of this drudgery. And even on a day-to-day basis, you can have a little celebration by just going for a walk and taking a break and doing something for you. Is that something that you do as well, Yomi?
Yeah, I wouldn't say going for a walk right now just because of the snow situation, but actually we love to have dance-a-thons. So my husband and I, we love to blast some wonderful music and just get those endorphins charging and have like a real 30-second or 1-minute dance-a-thon. So that's something that we really enjoy. And I think another thing now that I shared on my video earlier in the week, that I've stopped having sweet treats. So so I'm actually having to find something to replace my sweet treat. So I'm open to any suggestions.
That's a tough one. I love my sweet treats too. That is really a tough one. But the dance, the dance one is such a great one because it gets your energy up and makes you happy.
It does.
I have a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And so our evenings are a little chaotic sometimes. And so I created something called Power Hour, where we go through this 4-station rotation so that everybody gets their piano done, their math homework, their all their homework stuff done. But in the middle, I put a dance party. And so after you do 2 stations, then all of us blast, Katy Perry music or something, and we all run around the house.
That's so good. Maybe the Spotify playlist that they are creating that we are creating in the Thrive group, you can start to play that for them.
I would love that. I would, and you know what? And speaking of songs, like we're just going to sort of freewheel and have a conversation here. So over the holidays, my best friend's husband is a musician, and he started doing custom songs. And so I said, well, you know what I would love? I would like my own personal purpose anthem that I can play at speeches, that I can share in my classes.
Wow.
And so he said, gosh, that sounds like a great idea. So tomorrow, I think, I'm going to be able to hear the first draft of my purpose anthem.
That's so amazing. Well, when it's done, please make sure you share it.
I certainly will, because one of the things that I've been thinking a lot about is how to make purpose more fun, right? Because it is inherently fun, because you are doing what you are passionate about, you're doing what you love, you're doing something that you know is very important. But for a lot of us, just doing paper and pencil exercises and having just other to-dos on our list,
Yeah.
you know, let's get some other mediums in. So I'm thinking music, I'm thinking video. How do you, when you work with your clients, Yomi, how do you make the path to purpose enjoyable?
Well, that's a really great question. So, I mean, what I ultimately do is I transform organizations and corporations by working with one person at a time, and really supporting people to get in touch with their purpose. And what I fundamentally teach and guide and advise on is that purpose is not different from our everyday lives, right? And that's something that you and I are going to discuss. Purpose is really about like our alignment. So how we align with our values. And so I really, first and foremost, support people in highlighting how they are already living on purpose. Because I think that that's something that so many people are not aware of. They're not aware of how they're already living on purpose. And then how to then invite other people to engage, which we've talked about that, and build community around that. And then accountability, because it can be a lonely road. You know, of course, I was thinking about Martin Luther King, because I know in the States yesterday, it was Martin Luther King Day, and what he was able to accomplish, just being like a purpose-driven individual, but also knowing that it's not something that he could do alone. So to answer your questions, it's first, it happens with a shift in consciousness, or shift in mentality, and then looking at the resources that we already have. And then, of course, deferring also to experts like yourself, and the studies that you've done around it, and the knowledge that you have as to what really incentivizes people.
So one of the things that I think is so interesting about what you do is you're working one-on-one with people, right? You're going deep with people.
One-on-one or groups.
Okay. Yes. One-on-one in groups, but it's about individual transformation on a fairly deep level, right? And what I'm trying to do is take it from a different perspective, which is to create these small step exercises that can be used in groups of hundreds or thousands of people to kind of get their ideas going. So hopefully then they move on to somebody like you to really coach with them and work them through all the steps. So this is what I'm going to be talking about over the next 2 weeks, is the idea of how to do a small steps and what I call Mad Lib's purpose statement, where you identify your core values, you identify your gifts and your strengths, things that you're interested in and love to do, and then you identify who you want to positively impact, and you put it all together in a statement, and all of a sudden you have a draft purpose statement, and it begins to kind of demystify purpose along the way.
Which is so important. And what I'm going to be talking about over the next 2 weeks is how we really personalize purpose, how we personalize it, how we build community around it, and how we build momentum around it. Because at the end of the day, we need to incorporate all our learnings, which we get from you, into our everyday lives. So,
this is how you make a great team, Yomi. This is fantastic.
Bye.
We should do another one of these chats, but in the interest of time, I think we'll probably wrap it up here, and then to be continued. So for the Thrive and Eccentric community, if you enjoyed this and you would like more of our co-chats, please leave a note in the comments and let us know what you'd like to hear us discuss in a future video.
Absolutely. And if there's anything specific you want us to address, anything that you would like us to to advise or coach you live on, we're absolutely happy to do that. I can do the coaching, and Christine can give you the exercises. And yeah, I mean, we can we use us whilst we're here.
Wonderful. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Yomi, and goodbye
Thank
to
you.
all, and we will see you again soon.
Everybody, take care. Bye.